Welcome here for Punch Out Boxing. I'm here with Dev Sahni. Final press conference for Usyk and Dubois. Yeah, two men of not many words, so I'm coming to you. Now look, these last couple of months, I've been trying to encourage you to go in on Usyk. Yeah, I know he's a lovely guy.
How can you go in on Usyk?
In regards to this fight, this is where we need classic Dev.
Look, okay, let me start with this.
He can win this.
Of course he can win this. And look, people are saying Usyk's looking bigger than ever, right? Maybe he's looking bigger than ever. Maybe it's manufactured weight. Maybe that manufactured weight isn't so good on those 36-year-old legs. I don't know. He'll be 37 in a few months. He's got a 25-year-old in front of him trying to knock his head off. A natural heavyweight who's been knocking people's heads off his whole life. He's a monster. He's a wrecking ball. Nobody has hit Usyk like Daniel Dubois will hit Usyk on Saturday night. And look, I think Daniel Dubois has got to make it a short fight and get the job done nice and early. He's not going to try and outbox him. I think we've seen what happens if you try and outbox a master boxer in Oleksandr Usyk. You've got to play to your strengths, not his strengths. His strength is his strength, and he's a much bigger guy, much stronger, hits a lot harder. Use it. Much younger as well. He's not going to get himself. Well, this is what he keeps saying. I can't let this old man outwork me. Daniel Dubois' words. That's how he's looking at it, and that's how he should be looking at it.
Yeah, listen, Usyk's skills is unquestioned. His former coach, James Bashir,
James Ali
who's
Bashir,
been brought on board to help Daniel. I just spoke to him. He said he puts Usyk in the top 5 ever heavyweights for skills. But are we is it almost sacrosanct to question Usyk? Because I've made this point. The reality is he's beaten one top level heavyweight in Anthony Joshua, arguably got to him before any other top contender got to him, because the way Joshua's been looking, as you keep pointing out, a lot of these top guys would probably have beaten Joshua around that time. And by heavyweight standards, is it fair to say Usyk's feather-fisted?
I don't know. I think that at heavyweight they can all punch. I'd be reluctant to call really any heavyweight feather-fisted. I think Usyk's clearly got enough pop. He had enough pop to get Anthony Joshua's respect. I think towards the end of the Chisora fight, he got Chisora's respect as well after what was quite a tumultuous opening few rounds for him, which he says he fought within himself. But I don't know. I think he's got enough pop. He knows how to punch, and he might even punch even harder now. But I'll tell you what, he don't punch anywhere near as hard as Daniel Dubois. That is elite level power. I think the only guy that can hit harder than him in the heavyweight division is Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder would knock out Oleksandr Usyk. I think Daniel Dubois will also knock him out.
Mm-hmm. And of course, coming up to 37, I mean that 300 fights later, that wear and tear.
Wear and tear, right?
It's got to be catching up on it.
Training camps, wear and tear, punch resistance. The legs are getting older, and he's putting this weight on these older legs. I don't know, mate. I wouldn't want to be doing that.
You said he needs to try and make this a short fight. I mean, do you not see any situation where Daniel can win late or even win on points?
I don't think he's got any chance of beating Oleksandr Usyk on points. Just ain't gonna happen.
I'm not necessarily saying outboxing, but
look, what, maybe he knocks him down a few times, sort of thing. That's not the route to victory for Daniel Dubois. I think that would be sort of collectively accepted. He knows he's got to knock him out basically. If it goes to scorecards, I feel like there's only one guy who's won that fight. But either way, I think this fight will definitely end in a stoppage. I think Daniel Dubois got the first half to get it done. If we see the second half of the fight, that probably favours Usyk.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that Daniel should roll the dice and risk gassing himself out in pushing for that early knockout?
Look, I don't know about gassing himself out. He's still got to be somewhat clever with it, but kind of right. He's got to roll the dice, and he's got to fight him in the way that everyone wanted Anthony Joshua to fight him. Stick it on him, be the bigger guy, use your size, impose yourself. All those things that AJ didn't do because he tried to outbox Usyk. Daniel Dubois, it's almost like he's kind of he's not an overthinker, right? So he's kind of naive in that sense, and that naivety here may help him. That fearlessness.
Is that what you need against Usyk? That sort of recklessness of youth, because
Exactly.
Usyk tends to mesmerise people once you let him get into his rhythm.
Exactly. Daniel Dubois won't be mesmerised. Look, I'm sure Usyk will have little spells in there where he's not making Daniel Dubois look great, but Daniel Dubois has got that shot and he can land it at any point. And he's also not afraid to throw to the body. I think that's going to be important as well. He's not just one of these big stiff heavyweights that just targets the head, doof, doof, doof. He does vary it. And you can see that, like Bogdan Dino, this different level of heavyweights, but he does vary his work. Bogdan Dino, Razvan Kajani, you can see in fights like that. He will go to the body. Not enough heavyweights really do that, but I tell you, Daniel Dubois does. And you've got Daniel Dubois punching you in your belly, which you've been getting bigger and bigger at heavyweight. It's going to hurt you.
Yeah, the few times we've seen Usyk down in the amateurs, of course, we're
Beterbiev. I tell you, Dubois a bigger puncher than Beterbiev. So.
Yes, indeed. Do you want to give us a prediction, how it ends?
Daniel Dubois within 4 rounds.
Do you think he lays him out or a referee stoppage?
I think he'll land one, which will make the legs start doing a bit of a dance, and he'll land a couple more, and the ref would have seen enough.
Wow. That silenced the crowd here at the Tarzinski Arena.
Hey, that's the plan, mate. And then you.
Some interesting fights on the undercard. Most notably Hamza Shiraz. Now, Hamza, his most difficult fight, arguably, was Bradley Skeet, slick boxer. This Ukrainian, another highly technical boxer. I guess we're going to see if he's taken those lessons from that hard night.
Yeah. For me, this is the toughest fight of his career, and I think it's been slept on a little bit. This guy that he's fighting is an Olympian. He is a backed fighter. He is the home fighter. He's managed by Igis Klimas. He is promoted by K2 Promotions. He's done plenty as an amateur, European bronze medalist. He's unbeaten. It's a tough task for Hamza Shiraz, but if he is what we think he is, which is a very high-level middleweight who's just coming into his physical prime, he's on a run of knocking out, it's like 11 in a row now, he's just laying people to waste. If he is that guy, and if he can step up the levels, then he comes through this test.
And presumably this is like...
Can we...
One of the last...
Sorry.
Yeah. This is... presumably one of the last fights for Hamza before he sort of steps into that world scene.
That's it. He's got to get the job done. It's a tough fight. He's a WBC silver champion. He's Hamza, so he's defending his belt. Not an easy task though. So let's see.
All right, Dev. Always a pleasure, and I guess I'll see you at the weigh-in.
Yes, you will. See you tomorrow.
Can you wear your shorts?
Probably not. Don't want to get these pins out. Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.